What's up, Dupe City fam? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Unmagical. In this video, I am recreating the animation candle from Magic Candle Company using the same exact fragrance, and that's called Apricot Mango. And you can get just 1 ounce starting at $3.66 from saveonscents.com. I'm going to link that below. As always, I'm going to remind you that I'm in no way affiliated with Magic Candle Company, and I make no profit off any of the products that I recreate. But I do have a ton of fun things planned for the near future. Remember, we just started the It's a Smell World series where we make various Disney DIY products. We don't just limit them to Magic Candle Company products. And I'm also going to have a Bath & Body Works duplicate series coming out very soon. And if you've noticed that it's taken me a day or two longer to get my regular videos out, well, that's because I work in healthcare, and with everything COVID going on, it's mandatory overtime. And when I'm not working my real job, I'm working on these videos, so they will still come out. But because work is so crazy, we have a fun thing coming up. We had a Disney vacation planned for late October. That got canceled, and I thought, okay, I need a break from work, so what are we gonna do? And then it hit me. We are going to go on a Disney cruise. Now, the cruise is coming up very, very soon. I fully believe that I will be okay. We are maskers, we are vaccinated, and we love social distancing probably more than the average person. And I'm very excited to be sharing all of these smells of the Disney cruise with you. We're gonna have a great time. So if you like this video and you want to be notified every time we release new content, give us a like and subscribe, and we'll also tell you when the cruise videos are coming out. That's going to be very soon, but let's get started making the candle. So once again, we're doing this just a bit differently, but overall everything is the same. I know my wax got a little too warm, so I'm going to pour that and let it cool down before we do everything else and all the other prep work. So I'm going to place the pitcher on the scale, tear it out to 0, and then pour in 10 ounces of wax. Now everything is listed below that you're going to need. All right, so the wax was just a little bit over 185, so we're going to set that to the side and prepare our candle tins the same way we always do. Using a paper towel with just a little bit of rubbing alcohol on it, I'm going to clean the outside and the inside of the tins as well as the lids. And then using the same paper towel, we're going to clean off the wick tab holders, the wick tabs. Now, this is just to remove any dirt and grime or grease that may be left over from manufacturing that might affect the stickiness of the wick tab in order to avoid floaty wick, which could be dangerous. And once we're done cleaning off the wick tabs, we're going to adhere our wick stickers to the bottoms. And this is a double-sided foam sticker that securely attaches the wick tab to the bottom of the candle tin. And it goes on just like this, and then firmly press. Peel off the other side and then attach it to the circle on the inside of the tin. Now, if you got it from someplace other than Candle Science and it does not have the center, just eyeball it. Just make sure it goes close to the center as possible. And of course, you can create your own template to try to make it easier to center it. And press firmly, making sure that the wick sticker is attached as snugly as possible. When you're done, it should look like this. Right now, the wax is still just a little bit too hot for the fragrance, but we can add the color. I wanted to make a really nice apricot color, so I placed in 3 drops of this orange liquid dye from Candle Science, and it is messy, so wear gloves, with 1 drop of red liquid dye, also from Candle Science. I thought that these 2 colors combined would make a really great apricot color, and I was right. It is fantastic. You'll see here in just a few minutes. Once the color is in, because this liquid dye is heavy, it sinks to the bottom. We want to make sure that we stir to fully incorporate and scrape the bottom of the pitcher if you're using stainless steel. Just keep scraping until all of that color gets mixed in well. Because the wax still hasn't reached 165 degrees, which is safe enough to put in the fragrance, we are going to set that aside and let it cool a bit more. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you something. Now, I did mention this in one other video, but I think it's worth another mention, or maybe 10. This is the fragrance we're using today, Apricot Mango by Save On Scents. As I explained in the beginning, you can get 1 ounce starting at $3.99. Now, When you buy those little amber bottles of fragrance to put in your diffuser like this, what are you really buying? Well, I have my diffuser here. I got this on Amazon. It was really cheap, and if the oil happens to ruin it, I'm not going to be brokenhearted. So I'm going to use distilled water and fill up my diffuser, and then I'm going to use this pipette to put in about 5 drops of this fragrance straight from the bottle. And remember, we paid about $3.99 for it for 1 whole ounce, so 5 drops is nothing compared to, the whole bottle. Well, this is the same stuff that Magic Candle Company rebottles. They buy the fragrance in gallon discounts, they rebottle it in an amber bottle, and then they sell it to you for 3 times the price that I paid for it, because that gallon discount means it's even cheaper for them. But 3 times the price, and this is all they're doing. They're just changing the bottles. I feel passionate that isn't a practice that should be encouraged, so I'm showing you guys just how to do this. Your whole house can smell with 5 drops and a diffuser. It's going to smell wonderful. And this is a very similar amber bottle right here. This is a 5 milliliter bottle. Not a lot goes into this, and you're paying what, $11, $12, $13 for a 1/10 of a 1 ounce. It really is something to think about. It seems pretty icky to use deceptive practices to deceive your customers into believing something that's not true. But moving along, we are going to cut our wicks. This is the 0.625 inch wick width from the Wooden Wick Co. And we're going to place it in the wick tab. Using our scissors, we're going to cut it flush along the top of the tin. Now we will come in later and get this trimmed down to the 1/8 required size. And right now this is fine though. And our wax is finally ready to take the fragrance. It's down to 165. We're going to put in 1 ounce of the apricot mango. And then we are going to stir for no less than 2 minutes to fully incorporate the fragrance and the wax. We are finally ready to pour. Just remember to put in about 5.5 ounces of wax per candle tin if you're using the 5 ounce tin, and let set for 24 hours before you burn your candle. We have done it once again. We have 2 5.5 ounce candles in the Animation fragrance, just like Magic Candle Company. And look at how beautiful the color turned out. It is the perfect apricot fragrance. It smells like apricots. I get a hint of mango. I know that some other people have said they smell peach, but I don't smell that. And here's what it looks like burning. It's even a pretty color, the color variations between the light and the dark. Now, is it a good fragrance for Art of Animation? I mean, I don't think so. As far as my research suggests, Art of Animation does not smell like apricots, but scent is subjective, so who knows? At this point, I think we've pretty much determined that Magic Candle Company puts a bunch of fragrances in a hat, and then they draw them out and said, Animation, this is a great one for that, and it's just random. I have to believe it's random at this point, but it's a great smelling candle. It's a great smelling fragrance to use in a diffuser. I don't hate it. I know I'm pretty love or hate with these fragrances, but it's not one that I hate. I think that I would dislike it if it smelled like peach. I don't like peaches. I don't smell that. So I think it's pretty okay, but not a great Disney fragrance per usual. And with that said, I'm off to make my next Dupe City Co. Disney DIY video. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to be notified of all the fun things coming up soon. We have It's a Small World every few days, we have the rest of Unmagical throughout the next few months, and we have a Disney cruise coming up in a very short time period. We're going to share the smells of the Disney cruise with you, and what else? Subscribe to be notified of all of that and more. So thanks for watching.